Hello everyone, welcome to the 101% podcast where we talk about mindset, motivation, discipline, how to always push yourself, how to become a beast and how to defeat struggle. This podcast will help you to get a better life, that's 101% for sure. I'm your host Joakim and together with me is the co-host and my sister Annika. Welcome to this podcast. Hello again everyone. Today it's finally Christmas again. Merry Christmas everyone. Hope you all will have a wonderful Christmas time together with your loved one. Enjoy your Christmas time together with your family and friends. Hope you all will have a great time. Reflect on this year. What have been good and what have been bad. And what can you do better next year. Be grateful for you still are here on this earth. The unlucky ones are gone. Plan 2025 so that it can be you and your family's best year ever. Challenge yourself and go out of your comfort zone as often as you can. Me and Annika wish you all a Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. Hope you all will have a great future and enjoy your life more than ever in 2025. Thank you everyone for listening and support this podcast. It has been some great and amazing months together. And we are very excited to continue this journey together with you. Take care. A lot of love to you and your family from the 101% podcast. Today's episode is about Awaken the Giant Within. In today's episode, I will teach you to wake the giant within you. You will learn a lot of super tools to boost your life and achieve things you only could dream about. Many years ago, I did read a book from Tony Robbins. Awaken the Giant Within was the name of this book. It is a very powerful book that did have a lot of impact on my life. I recommend everyone to read this book. In this episode, I will share my best notes from this book. It was so much work to take all of those notes. I read and take notes for months and I never shared them with someone before. But today I will share them with you guys. The note is so powerful and I can guarantee you that the things you will learn in today's episode will change your lives forever. If you do the action step. Super powerful tricks, tactic and information that you will learn today. Fasten your seatbelt and get ready. Let's go. We're gonna dive into the exciting world of personal development and boost your life quality. Tony Robbins is a well-known life coach, author and motivational speaker, famous for his seminar books and infomercial. His work focused on personal development, self-help, and peak performance strategies. Robbins has built a massive following and has included many individuals seeking to improve their life. He has written a lot of successful books and work with a lot of famous people around the world to help them overcome struggle and to teach them to get a better life. He is a very interesting person. I recommend you to check him out. He is a master on personal development and is absolutely a guy you should study and learn from. Living is giving. Tony Robbins believes human emotion is stronger than the mind. He say, look how long your mind has got you. The human emotion is the most powerful source on earth. If you want a super amazing life, you have to learn to master your emotion. I am unstoppable. Say this to yourself a lot. Every day work harder on yourself than anything else. You create yourself, so go on. Our entire life changed in a moment. Just decide to change and you can change. I am so hungry to experience and live a rich and exciting life every day. Think about your goals and you will increase the energy level and drive in your body. Make your goals an obsession. Then you will achieve your goal. Use your energy to make your goal. Unbelievable and courage. Vision. Be hungry and passionate. Have the desire. Breakthrough. Question control what you are focusing on. What you focus on is what you feel. What you feel is your experience of life.
mission statement, decision. If you sit to a table with success too long, you get bored. Progress equal happiness. We are meant to grow, so we have something to give. Daily practice is powerful. Training never stops. Learn to enjoy it. See and feel things you never did before. I am. Say many good things to make your body and belief system to adapt it. Pure will is what keeps you going. Never give up. You want to feel fully alive. Make your life a masterpiece. You can do it if you decide to do it. Believe in yourself and go for it, and you will be surprised of how much you actually can achieve in this life. Why not you? As Annika used to say, my daughter is my love and strength. This I used to say to myself every day. Concentration of power is giant capacity we can immediately command when we focus all of our resources on mastering a single area of our life. Controlled focus is like a laser beam that can cut through anything that seems to be stopping you. Focus on consistent improvement. Use the things you learn in this podcast episode in simple ways every day. For change to be of a true value, they've got to be lasting and consistent. If you want to change yourself, raise your standard, demand to yourself, belief system. To make this work, you have to change your belief system. You have to develop a sense of certainty that we can and will meet the new standard before we actually do. Empowering beliefs is the force behind any great success through history. Change your strategy, set higher standard, and you can get yourself to believe that you certainly can figure out the strategy. The best strategy in almost every case is to find a role model, someone who's already getting the result you want, and then tap into their knowledge. Learn what they're doing, what their core beliefs are, and how they think. This is very effective and will also save you a huge amount of time. Knowing is not enough. You have to take action. This is so important. If you not take action, all your knowledge is not worth anything. The 5 areas in life that impact us most: emotional mastery, physical mastery, relationship mastery, financial mastery, time mastery. Mastering the emotional mastery alone will take you most of the way toward mastering the other 4. Literally everything we do is to change the way we feel. In this book, grab hold of the things you think are useful, put them in action immediately. Life is a gift. You are so lucky to be here on this earth. Embrace it. If you want result in your life, you have to take consistent action. Very important. Tony Robbins believed that it's in your moments of decision that your destiny is shaped. The decision that you're making right now, every day, will shape how you feel in the future. It's the decisions who determines our destiny. We make decisions how we will live. We make decisions how we will live like in the future. Tony Robbins' life changes the day he decided who and what he was committed to having and begin. Tony Robbins' life changed the day he decided who and what he was committed to having and being in his life. This is a simple but critical one. You have to decide what result you are committed to, and also the kind of person that you're committed to become. You have to set standard for what you consider to be acceptable behavior for yourself, and decide what you should expect from those you care about. If you don't set a baseline standard for what you accept in your life, you'll find it easy to slip into behavior and attitudes or a quality of life that's far below what you deserve. You need to set and live by those standards no matter what happens in your life. You must stay committed to your decisions that you will live your life at the highest level. Excuses are also belief system. Using the power of decision give you the capacity to get past any excuse, to change any and every part of your life in an instant. Right now, you can make a decision. If you truly decide to, you can do almost anything. Do it now, do not wait. Okay, you can wait for this podcast episode to be finished first. Tony Robbins challenged us to awaken the giant power of decision and to claim the birth of right of unlimited power, radiant vitality, joyous passion that is yours. You must know that you can make a new decision right now that will immediately change your life. Nothing can resist the human will. Your life changes the moment you make a new, congruent and committed decision. Decision acts as the source of both problems and incredible joys and opportunities. The most exciting things about this force, the power, is that you already possess it. It is important to decide you will find a way, no matter what. The ultimate success formula. It's an elementary process for getting you where you want to go. And that is, decide what you want, take action, notice what's working or not, and change your approach until you achieve what you want. Making a true decision means committing to achieve a result, then cutting yourself off from any other possibility. With clarity, you can produce the result that you really want in your life. Information is power when it's acted upon. Repetition is the mother of skill. Profound knowledge is any simple strategy, belief, skills or tool. That's the minute you understand it, we can apply it to make immediate increasing in the quality of our lives. 3 decisions that control your destiny are your destiny about what to focus on, 2, your decision about what things mean to you, 3, your decision about what to do to create the result you desire. Your initial system for making decisions. 1, your core belief and unconsciousness rules. 2, your life values. 3, your references. 4, habitual questions that you ask yourself. 5, the emotional state you experience in each moment. This stops you from taking action and make you worry. Changing any of those 5 elements, you can immediately produce a powerful change in your life. Most importantly, you will be fighting the cause instead of the effect. We can override this system by making conscious decisions at any moment in our lives. Success truly is the result of God judgment. God judgment is the result of experience, and experience is often the result of bad judgments. Learn from the mistake rather than beat yourself up. A role model will save you for a huge amount of time and pain. To master anything, take as long time as you want. In order to succeed, you must have a long-term focus. People give up because they have short-term focus. Hold yourself to a higher standard and feed your mind rather than allow the environment to control. Small decisions create the life experience called success. Commit yourself to long-term result rather than short-term fix. It is very important. Carry Tony Robbins through extremely tough times. God delay or God denial. 6 quick key to help you harness the power of decision. Remember the true power of making decision. Realize that the hardest step in achieving anything is making a true commitment, a true decision. Make decision often. Muscle gets stronger with use. Learn from your decision. Stay committed to your decisions. Stay flexible in your approach. Enjoy making decisions. The decision you make can change the course of your life forever. If you want your life to be passionate, you need to live with this attitude of expectancy. Know that it's your decision and not your condition that determine your destiny. Use what you learned in this podcast episode. This is so important. Remember that a truly committed decision is the force that changes your life. It's a power ability that you, in a moment, just decide to use it. Everything we do for a reason. Everything you and I do, we do either need to avoid pain or desire to gain pleasure. Donald Trump said in an interview many years ago that his ultimate pain in life is to be second best at anything. He equates it with failures. In fact, his greatest drive to achieve comes from his compulsion to avoid this pain. Mother Teresa loved to help people in pain. When she sees that people get better life, when she helps, they get more pleasure. And she also gets more pleasure. When she sees people in pain, she also becomes in pain. To help people alleviate her own pain. Donald Trump and Mother Teresa shaped their destiny based upon what they linked pain and pleasure to. When you learn to link pain and pleasure to the right things, it will take you to places you only could dream about before. Tony Robbins linked incredible pleasure to learning. What are some of the experiences of pain and pleasure that have shaped your life? Doctors get massive pleasure too. Helping people, stopping pain, healing illness, and saving life. CEOs to top organization link pleasure to make powerful decisions. If we link massive pain to any behavior, emotional pattern, we will avoid including it at all costs. We can use this understanding to harness the force of pain and pleasure to change literally anything in your life. Best way to keep your children away from drugs, reach them before they experiment and before someone else teach them the false association that drugs equal pleasure. The most powerful way to make sure our kids never use drugs is to cause them to link massive pain to drugs. Converse this discomfort of discipline into the satisfaction of personal growth. This is why their behavior is consistent as are the result. If we fail to direct our own association to pain and we living no better than animals and machines. I cannot emphasize that strong enough. What you link pain and pleasure to will shape your destiny. Drive or behavior is instinctively reaction, pain and pleasure, not intellectual calculation. I like to believe it's intellectually that really drive us. In most cases, our emotions, the sensation that we link to our thoughts are what truly drive us. We will have solved the problem for the moment, but if we haven't eliminated the cause of the problem, it will resurface. In order for a change to last, we must link pain to our old behavior and pleasure to a new behavior and conditioning it. In order for a change to last, we must link pain to our old behavior and pleasure to our new behavior and conditioning it until it's consistent. Remember, we will all do more to avoid pain that we will gain pleasure. The truth is that we can learn to condition our minds, body and emotion to link pain or pleasure to whatever we choose. By changing what we link pain and pleasure to, we will instantly change our behaviors. Anytime we are in an intense emotional state, when we are feeling strong sensation, pain or pleasure, anything unique that occurs consistently will become neurologically. Therefore, in the future, whenever unique things happen again, the emotional state will return. If we want to take control of our life, we must learn to adverse in our own minds. And we can do this in a moment. How? Simply by linking pain to the behaviors we want to stop, such a high level of emotional intensity that we won't even consider those behaviors any longer. Simply link pleasure to the new behaviors you desire for yourself. Through repetition and emotional intensity, you can condition those behaviors within yourself until they are automatic. The first step to create change is becoming aware of the power that pain and pleasure exert over every decision, and therefore every action that we take. The art of being aware is understanding that those linkage between ideas, word, image, sound, and sensation of pain and pleasure are happening constantly. In order to success, we must break through the wall of short-term pain in order to have long-time pleasure. Focus on your values and personal standards. It's not actual pain that drives us, but or fear that something will lead to pain. And it's not actual pleasure that drives us, but belief or sense of certainty that somehow taking a certain action will lead to pleasure. We're not driven by our reality, but by our perception of reality. If we are planning to go into business, we must be willing to overcome our fear of losing security to make that happen. Transfer the fear into power. Don't move away from real pain. We move away from what we believe will lead to pain. In order to create change that will last, we need to find a new way to get same pleasure without any negative consequences. Identify the pleasure in getting will help you know what your target is. Write down what it will cost you if you don't change now. How does that make you feel? Emotion drive us, so get associated and use pain as your friend, one that can drive you to a new level of success. The final step is to write down all the pleasure you're receiving by taking each of those actions right now. Make a huge list that will drive you emotionally, that will really get you excited. Gain a new level of self-confidence. Belief system. It's not the event of our life that shape us, but our beliefs as to what those events mean. Power of the human spirit to overcome virtually any level of pain, any challenge, or any problem. What are our beliefs designed for? They are the guideline force to tell us what will lead to pain and what will lead to pleasure. Whenever something happens in our life, your brain asks two questions. 1. Will this mean pain or pleasure? 2. What must I do now to avoid pain or to gain pleasure? The answer to those two questions are based on our beliefs. And our beliefs are driven by our generalization about what we learn could lead to pain or pleasure. Those generalizations guide all of our action and those the direction and quality of our life. Most of our beliefs are generalization about our past based on our Most of our beliefs are generalization about our past based on our interpretations of painful and pleasurable experience. The power of belief is amazing. The power of belief is amazing. We need to realize that our beliefs have the capacity to make us sick or make us healthy in a moment. Important beliefs can either give us a result to take action or weaken and destroy our drive. Global beliefs are a giant belief we have about everything in our life, often praised as is, am, are. Life is, I am, people are. You can change virtually every aspect of your life in a moment. Remember, once accepted, our beliefs become unquestioned commands to our nervous system, and they have the power to expand or destroy the possibility of our present and future. Belief is a feeling of certainty about something. Ideas is like a tabletop without leg. Beliefs has legs. The leg make you feel solid about the idea and cause you to begin to believe it. Idea feel certain and is now a belief. Important, we can develop beliefs about anything if we just find enough legs, enough reference experience to build it up. Source of references in our life. Certainly from personal experience. Reference through information we get from other people, book, audio, movies, and so on. Sometimes we form reference based on solely on our imagination. The emotional intensity we feel about any of those references will definitely affect the strength and width of the legs. The strongest and most solid legs are formed by personal experience that we have a lot of emotional attached to because they were painful or pleasurable experience. The other factor is numbers of references. We have more reference as experience supporting an idea, the stronger you believe will be in it. They can be real or imaginary. People can success if they imagine something vividly enough, just as easily as if they had the actual experience. The brain because the brain can't tell the difference between something we vividly imagine and something we actually experience. With enough emotional intensity and repetition, our nervous system experiences something as real, even if it hasn't occurred yet. If you develop the absolute sense of certainty that powerful beliefs provide, then you can get yourself to accomplish virtually anything, include those things that other people are certain are impossible. How we deal with adversity and challenges shape our life more than almost anything else. A failure is just a challenge. Associate massive pain to the old belief you want to change. Then associate tremendous pleasure to the idea of adapting a new, empowering belief. New experiences trigger change only if they cause us to question our belief. Remember, whenever we believe something, we no longer question it in any way. The moment we begin to honestly question our belief, we no longer feel absolutely certainty about them. We start to shake our legs in our table, and we start to lose our feeling about certainty. Belief is formed when we begin to develop a much larger base of reference legs, and especially reference legs about which we have strong emotion. Those references give us an absolute sense of certainty about something. The best thing you can do to create mastery in any area of your life is to raise a belief to a level that is convincing. Remember, convincing has the power to drive you to action, to push you through all kinds of obstacles. Belief can do this as well, but some areas of your life may require the added emotional intensity of conviction. So how can you create conviction? 1. Start with the basic belief. Reinforce your belief by adding new and more powerful reference. The more reference you develop and the more emotional the references are, the stronger your conviction will become. 3. Then find a triggering event or else create one of your own. Associate yourself by asking, what will it cost me if I don't? Ask questions that create emotional intensity for you. Finally, take action. Each action you take strengthens your commitment and raises the level of your emotional intensity and conviction. Pain is still the most powerful to change. The way to expand our life is to model the life of those people who are already succeeding. Quality costs less. Kaizen, constant improvement. All Japanese Kaizen philosophy, they always want to improve a little bit better all the time. And through 1 year, they became so much better. So the Kaizen philosophy come from Japan. Tony Robbins make another one, and him call it Kenny, C-A-N-I, constant and never-ending improvement. Kenny must be constant commitment backed up by action. All change are created in a moment. To success to creating long-term change, once we effect a change, we should reinforce it immediately. Then we have to condition our nervous system to succeed, not to just once but consistently. We got to condition ourselves. Emotional behavior, success, love, breaking through our fears. And through that conditioning, we can develop a pattern that automatically lead us to consistent, lifelong success. Conditioning requires that we understand how to use pain and pleasure. Remember, it's the feeling that we've been conditioning to associated in our nervous system or nervo association that determines our emotion and our behavior. To create long-term change, first belief we must have if we are going to create change quickly is that we can change now. Second is that we are responsible for our own change, not anyone else. A person needs 3 specific beliefs about responsibility if he's going to create a long-term change. First, we must believe something must change. Second, we must not only believe that the things must change, but we must believe I must change. Third, we have to believe I can change it. Anytime you experience significant amount of pain or pleasure, your brain immediately search for the cause. Your brain looks for something that appears to be unique. Your brain looks for something that seems to be happening simultaneously. Your brain looks for consistency. When you give your brain mixed message, you get mixed result. Mixed pain and mixed pleasure. To change our behavior, there is only one effective way to do it. We must link unbearable and immediate sensation of pain to our old behavior and incredible and immediate sensation of pleasure to the new one. The 6th step of NAC will show you how to create a direct highway out of pain and into pleasure with no disempowering doors are. Decide what you really want and what's preventing you from having it now. More specific can be about what you want, the more clarify you will have, and the more power you will command to achieve what you want more quickly. Also learn what's preventing you to have what you want. To get leverage, associate massive pain to not changing now and massive pleasure to the experience of change now. Only way we are going to make a change now is if we create a sense of urgency that's so intense that we are compelled to follow through. If you try many times to make change and as you fail to, it simply means that the level of pain for failing to change is not intense enough. If we gather a set of strong enough reason to change, we can change in a minute. Something will fail it to change for years. The greatest leverage you can create for yourself is the pain comes from inside, not outside. Knowing that you have failed to live up to your own standard for your life is the ultimate pain. To get truly leverage, ask yourself, pain including question. What will this cost me if I don't change? Make the pain of not changing feel so real to you, so intense, so immediate that you can put off taking action any longer. Create extra leverage. Picture in graphic details how much your failure change will negatively impact the people who are most important to you. Second step, use pleasure associating question to link positive sensation to the idea of changing. The 3, interrupt the limiting pattern. You can do everything right, but if secondary gain is too strong, you will find yourself going back to the old ways. Secondary change has mixed emotional about changing. One of the key distinctions to interrupt a pattern is that you must do it in the moment the pattern is requiring. A simple way of breaking a pattern is scrambling the sensation will be linked to our memories. Effective scrambling situation will work in most cases. It works because all of our feelings are based on the image we focus on in our minds and the sound of sensation we link to those specific image. As we change the image and sound, we change how we feel. Conditioning this again and again make it difficult to get back into the old pattern. Step 4. Create a new empowering alternative. This 4th step is absolutely critical to establishing a long-term change. In fact, the failure by most people to find an alternative way of getting out of pain and into the feeling of pleasure is the major reason most people attempt change are only temporary. Step 5. Condition the new pattern until it's consistent. Conditioning is the way to make sure that a change you create is consistent and lasts long term. The simplest way to conditioning something is simply to rehearse it again and again until a neurological way is created. Empowering alternatives, imagine doing it until you see that it can get you out of pain and into pleasure quickly. Your brain will begin to associate this as a new way of producing this result on a consistent basis. If you don't do this, you go back to the old pattern. We can conditioning any behavior within ourselves if we do it with enough repetition and emotional intensity. Then give yourself a reward for things you do good to reinforce your new behavior. The key to creating consistency in our emotion and behavior is conditioning. Reinforcement is responding to a behavior immediately after it occurs, while punishment and reward may occur longer afterward. Appropriate timing is absolutely critical to effective conditioning. Surprise is one of the most enjoyable experiences that human being can have. More important than we realize. Make behavior to last long term. Variable schedule of reinforcement. Vary rewards, and you'll see great results in making change within yourself or anyone you're managing. Most important to remember about conditioning, however, is to reinforce the desired behavior immediately. Remember that any pattern of emotional behavior that is reinforced or rewarded on a consistent basis will become conditioned and automatic. Any pattern that we fail to reinforce will eventually be stayed. This episode was recorded on December 12, 2024. Hope you will use those powerful tools you have learned today to create a new and exciting life for yourself and your family. I still have a lot of powerful tools and much more information and life-changing technique I want to teach you. In the next episode, Awaken the Giant Within, Part 2, I will teach you the rest of this exciting topic. I will recommend you to start to these action steps you did learn in this episode today. Start small and then increase, so you can start to create your dream life and future. If you like this episode, please share it with a friend or someone who needs to hear it. If you would like to support this show with a small donation, you can find the donation link on our homepage, the 101%podcast.com. The link is down in our show note. Thanks. Merry Christmas. Take care and enjoy this wonderful times.
And don't forget to follow us on Instagram on this podcast account, the 101% podcast. If you like this episode, make sure to share this podcast episode with a friend and review the show on Apple Podcast. Thank you to all the audience for listening. We appreciate you all a lot. Hope that you will come back and listen to our next episode. Until next time, take care and give it your best.